Hello there and welcome to The Brief. Let's take a look at your trending stories.
The village of Katugampalakama in Megalava, Galgamu waits with bated breath as no information has come to light with regard to the kidnapping of 4.5-year-old Yasin Lankanath. It has been more than 2 days since the kidnapping, but what happened to him remains a mystery. The governing council at the preschool decided to close the preschool today for academic activities and conduct religious observances to ensure the safe return of Yasin. Area residents who began arriving at the residence of Yasin Lankanath following his kidnapping were seen waiting for any kind of information. We will pray for everyone if this child is returned unharmed to his parents with the blessings of the Triple Gem. However, no information has come to light on Yasin's whereabouts as yet, and everyone has now moved their attention to God with hope and prayer. A group of health sector employees held a sick note campaign yesterday and engaged in a protest march in Colombo, citing 5 demands including the settlement of salary arrears. The trade union action organized by the Health Service Joint Trade Unions Committee saw the participation of workers from 21 service grades. The protest march commenced opposite the National Hospital in Colombo. Severe traffic congestion was reported on several roads in the Colombo city as a result of the protest march. The procession reached the Lake House roundabout via Dali Road and Dr. Vijayawardhan Mawatha with the purpose of reaching the Presidential Secretariat. The protesters were held back at Lotus Road owing to police barricades, from where several representatives were granted permission to proceed to the Presidential Secretariat.
As a government, it is difficult for us to take instantaneous decisions on a daily or weekly basis regarding overtime allowances. A large cost is incurred by the health service on behalf of the patients. I say that they must consider the innocent patients and reach some resolution through discussion.
A tense situation erupted between 2 groups of doctors at the National Hospital last evening. Police media spokesperson SSP Ajit Rona said that the police was dispatched for the security at the hospital. A group of doctors were seen distributing handbills yesterday as a mark of protest at the National Hospital. At the same time, another group of doctors were preparing to re-establish the National Hospital branch of the Government Medical Officers Association that had been disbanded over a year and a half ago. Minutes after the inauguration, another group of doctors stormed into the meeting. The tense situation escalated to a brawl among the 2 factions, and the police had to be called in to control the situation. The meeting was convened again at the hospital auditorium at 2 p.m, this time with police protection. At the meeting, it was decided to call for nominations in 2 weeks and conduct an election of office bearers. Speaking at an event held in Haliala, Minister Dilan Pereira commented on recent remarks made by House Leader Minister Nimal Sitipala de Silva on Politico's family members entering politics and politicians' involvement in sports. I have 2 policies in my politics. The first is that my family will not be involved in politics. I will not deprive talented young men and women in an area of the opportunity to engage in politics by unloading my relatives there. As a politician, I love and I support sports, but I will not take positions. I believe that politicians should remove themselves from sports associations and trust sport to the sportsmen.
Some persons are barking that they are against politicians holding positions in sports associations at a time when Dilan Pereira is building an indoor stadium as president of the Badulla Cricket Association. Those who have not played sports mistake the ministry office and the bedroom. None of my relatives are in politics, but we know that the relatives of some politicians enter politics without contesting elections. Our organizer in Mahiyangane has resigned, citing the intervention of the sister of one of our politicians. They came from above and not through elections. Do not tire of the preferential votes and then throw rocks from glass houses. Although you cover your nudity with your fingers, the nudity can be seen through your fingers. Everyone in this country knows the story of how some persons who were blacklisted for embezzling by the Highways Ministry later came through the back door and received the contract to build the Badulla Hospital building. It is not suitable now to unveil the agreements that were struck with the opposition leader while eating rice at Harin Fernando's Dansal on Posonde. We can now see the people who are keeping a leg on each side to achieve only their aspirations.
අනෙක් අයවත් දැන් අපිට පේන්ට් අරන්
And that's a look at the brief for today. Thanks a lot for joining me. I'm Shen Silva.